Welcome to the Ekklesia. We're the Church of 434 staff. We're talking about episode 3 of The Chosen, which is Jesus and the little children. And so we've already talked about the overall episode and the characters that are there, a limited number of characters in this one that we actually know their names. Mm-hmm. But what is the moment for you guys that stands out in this one, and then why? Was that such a good moment or a memorable moment? Or
I thought it was kind of a clever moment. I may get this totally wrong, and I'm going to go ahead and say that.
There's no way. I can't believe you get this wrong.
No, I'm going to get this wrong, maybe.
I can't believe that.
But the gift that he left behind for Abigail, it reminded me, was that not a manger scene? Because it was a horses in a stall, and then it was a guy, a little like crib with a blue cloth over it.
Remember?
Wow.
I got the horses and the...
Wow. Look at the bottom of the screen right now. I'm sure that scene's going to be playing out here in just a minute. I don't remember that. Do you remember that?
I remember the horses.
I remember the horse part.
No. It was a stall, a whole barn.
There was a bed or something. He put a
bed, and he had a little blue blanket over the top of it.
But I don't remember the blue.
But
blanket.
remember, a stable was not... he was
Yeah,
probably
but if
born
he
in
made
a
a
cave.
manger, though, that would have been like, that's cool. Is that right?
I just saw that. Well, if it's not right, then why did he craft something that looked like, a stable?
It was a bed.
There was horses and a fencing, and then he had a little
she put her
bed.
doll on the horse, didn't
Yeah,
she?
she put it on the horse, right?
Not in the bed, so the bed wasn't big enough for the doll. So, okay.
Kind of look at it. And it had little stairs.
Wow,
It had little stairs going up.
Man.
I'm a little stair.
Go back and look at that. It was kind of like, I wonder if that's that.
Huh.
That isn't, I have no idea whether
I don't
you're right
know
or not.
either.
Wow.
Wow,
I go, that's a moment. I go, oh, isn't that just like Jesus?
We had to check in with the producer.
Yeah,
Let us know.
Tough. Yeah, that's good.
Wow,
That
Richard.
was not my moment.
Go
I
ahead.
missed that moment.
Wow. I don't know.
Research break complete. Wow, Rich.
As you have just saw on the screen, here's my takeaway, okay? This is my summation of it.
Yeah.
It is a stable.
Yeah.
Which means there's a manger.
Yeah.
Which means that there's a place to feed animals in that place.
Yeah.
You may have nailed it, man.
Blue blanket.
Yes. I mean, it was a boy.
Swaddling clothes.
Man.
Swaddling clothes.
Why would you put a blanket in the feeding trough?
Right.
Because there's a bed on the top that's not associated with that.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. I did not see that the first go round.
I didn't either.
I don't know if you guys did.
So maybe mic drop and we're out.
Man, that's pretty awesome. Dude.
I thought,
Now we're
isn't that
assuming
just
that's
like
what he did.
Jesus? Isn't that just like
I was
Jesus?
going to say, isn't that just like that?
Just like Jesus, yeah. Now, and you realize, of course, if you're right about that.
I'm going to
And
carve out something for my
and
child.
I'm sure that somebody, if they see this, is going to definitely comment on that, whether you're right or not. But if you're right, there is no way you'll ever find another moment in these things that you're going to knock it out of the park that way, right? There's just no way you're going to never do that.
He's out now. He's going to leave on the
From here on out, you really have just kind of...
Pull a Costanza, man. Leave it behind us.
Yeah, so, okay, that's good. So that's your moment.
That's his moment.
That was my moment because I thought it was kind of humorous.
Well done.
It was kind of humorous to me.
Well done.
I was looking at the TV like this, watching it by myself. I go, isn't that just like Jesus? Right from his childhood, he'd given her
You
basically.
said all this watching the TV by yourself?
I was thinking that.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't audible.
Oh, I didn't know.
But most of the time when God speaks through me, it's inaudible,
Well, it
right?
would have been just like Jesus to hear it in your head. So that's
Exactly.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's not true, it's true for me.
Yeah.
And my truth is more important
This is
than
more
their
important
truth.
than anything else, isn't it?
Oh,
Wow.
just stop
So
now.
any impact,
He was on a roll.
Any impact of that moment, that was completely lost. And I think we've established that too. So, all right. That is tremendous. And I'm impressed. What we've done while you were looking at the large screen is we were actually looking at the same footage. And so we've been observing that as a group. So, yeah. Anyway, good point. Good moment.
Well, I had a moment that was not nearly as cool or deep as that. And it's not really impactful, but a funny moment I thought was in Abigail's house when the mother is just and the guy's listening because she's got this whole plan about the hairdresser and she needs help and has to give the whole backstory, and I just laughed thinking, oh my gosh, that's what we as women do. We just can't say, hey, can you go to so-and-so's house and help her?
Yes.
There's this whole story about,
Yes.
and then he's like tuning her out. She's like, so you can go help? And he's like,
Get
huh?
to the phone.
So you'll
Get
get
to the
there?
point.
Yes. Okay. That was just
I just want to
funny
see the
to
end of
me.
the game.
And I don't know what the dad was stressed about or whatever, but he was like zoning, and she's just. So it
The
was,
official name for that is female pattern deafness. That's just the inability
So-
to hear.
Well, you know,
that was funny.
Please address those cards and letters to.
Hebrew,
I am one. I can say it.
Jewish women
Oh,
do have that,
you better watch
do
it
have that
now.
reputation of being
Oh,
kind
yeah.
Oh, we're not. We are not
Hey,
with him.
of very.
I'd like
you
to
know,
apologize to all of Israel.
I think.
The entire nation at this point.
I think women have a tendency,
Look,
not just Jewish
I
women.
have Israel
Oh.
in my name. I can take it.
Yeah, but at some time your tribe broke free.
I have nothing
Yeah.
to add or take away from
I've
this
got nothing.
conversation.
I bring nothing to the table right now. I got
I
nothing.
got nothing at this point. Yeah.
So those are your moments.
Okay. That happened.
I just want to again point out that scourge and derision for anything in this episode that you found objectionable should be pointed to that side of the
That
room.
side of the room. Over here to this side. Look at that side.
Okay.
My moment was, and again, it involved a quote, when the kids are getting to know Jesus and Jacob, is it Joshua the Brave?
Joshua the
And
Brave.
interesting that they named the kid Joshua, by the
Which
way.
means Jesus.
Which
yes.
means Jesus, same name. I thought it was interesting. But anyway, which is why I said Jacob and just want to mess the whole story up. But when they're talking, and Abigail's telling Joshua, I didn't see a sword or anything like that,
No.
so I don't think he'll kill us.
Again,
which is like,
from the get-go, there were bad people back
no,
then.
but she keeps going, and she says, and he seemed nice. Do you have a sword just in case? I mean, the whole conversation is like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. So,
Yeah.
But that's a kid conversation,
That's
isn't
a
it?
kid conversation. There's a risk that's involved in that. I mean, to me, that was just that's a funny moment. I mean, that is a conversation that takes me back to my childhood. Not that particular scene, but just all the times we're having this conversation about, is this a good idea? Is it not a good idea? I think it's a good idea. Maybe it's not. But if it's not, do you have this in case? I mean,
Let's not tell our parents.
hedging our base. We're not going to rat anybody out on this. We've promised not to tell anybody. I mean, all of that is so kid-like, and then Jesus' ability to navigate that with these kids that even showed up that one morning and woke him up.
Oh yeah, they woke him.
Because he was asleep,
But the
but
one
they're all
day,
there.
wasn't he praying that, and God, if there's two children, make them brave enough to come over and
Sure.
like talk to him or whatever.
So again, very funny. So to me, that was not a deeply spiritual moment. Other than the fact, that was just a moment that entertained me, and I thought that's a real kid moment. And so I think they nailed that part of it now too, because that childlike ability to trust and want to trust and take the risk of trust. I'm sure there's something spiritual in there somewhere, but you know, it's not.
It's
no
no
It's not a
manger.
manger scene.
Well, I think another funny scene is where she shows him her doll that her mother had made. And I think Jesus, there's a time when you should lie. And I think he presents that by saying, oh, that's very beautiful. And that is one of the ugliest dolls I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my golly!
It's horrible. It's made out of corn silk or something.
Well, they may not have had
Well, they
a
were
lot of
poor,
money,
didn't
man.
she say?
They-
She makes some comment about them being poor because then at the end he
because
leaves her a note.
that was that occurrence that occurs where they said, "Are you rich? Was your father rich?"
Oh right.
And what's that line he says? It's a story for another time, or something like that. There's a line that he throws. Is your father rich? And he goes, "That's a story for another time," or something. So Jesus doesn't answer that question, which I thought was a pretty cool encounter too. That would have been probably my second favorite moment. But yeah, I got it. You know.
That doll should have been hanging in a tree in some
searching the recesses of my
crazy
mind.
movie.
Oh my golly.
I think for me,
Redeem us.
more curious than anything else, I do like the story symmetry of her coming by herself the first time and her ending the episode by herself. I like the symmetric nature of the story, but I'm curious on the backside why she didn't continue to bring those who went with her with her. Again, it just
Because it was the Sabbath, and then everybody else went.
Or
Well, it ends, it
or
was
she
in the
thinking,
rain.
maybe Jesus left me a present.
yeah.
And a note.
And I'm not sharing it
And
with
my
Johnny
share with other
Joshua.
kids. Joshua the Brave, he's out. You know, it just, it could be.
Yeah, she was the only one that came,
In
and
the
it
rain.
just seemed like,
Yeah, you could tell it was raining the day they filmed. Yeah, it was giving rain.
yeah.
I mean, it's good storytelling symmetry, but other than that, I was like, that's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, those are some moments. You probably had a few as well. I think, again, I get the winner would be the manger moment, though, without a doubt. I think you win the prize. Best observation for the thing.
You can't have it. It's hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I
Here's your prize.
think as powerful as that
Yes,
observation was, I think it was diminished again by the horror movie doll and those references. But so.
Yeah.
So
We can
basically-
only get him so far.
So basically, we established that Jesus left for a manger scene, but he left
I
it
just
for
thought-
Abigail, the star of the horror movie with the scary doll. I mean, I guess that's kind of where we're at, right? Yeah, that's about it for this episode. We're going to come back one more time and once again look at episode 3, Jesus Loves Little Children.